changes, including the fall of Syria's Bashar al-Assad and a weakening of Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar announced that Israel seeks to expand the Abraham Accords, which have already seen Israel normalize relations with the UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco. Saar emphasized that any future peace agreements would safeguard Israel's security interests, including its control over the strategically important Golan Heights. Meanwhile, U.S. officials are optimistic about the prospect of broader peace talks, with U.S. envoy Tom Barrack suggesting that Syria and Lebanon could soon follow suit. Now we are joined by guest Martin Saar. He's an international affairs expert joining us live from Quito, Ecuador. Thank you for joining us today. Good to see you, Martin. Is Israel's push for peace deals with Syria and Lebanon, do you think, is it realistic, or does it underestimate the deep distrust and a lot of unresolved territorial disputes between them?
I think it's very realistic that nowadays many of the Arab neighbors of Israel are gonna follow the Abraham Accords. We need to follow up that the new regime of Syria, even though the new president is not a big fan of Israel, is absolutely not as hostile as the Bashar al-Assad regime, and they want to get closer to the US and to the West, and one of the ways that they can get closer is to sign a peace agreement with Israel, even though they're not this is not ideal for Syrians because of the Golan Heights. One of the proposals is to make the Golan Heights a neutral space, and then Syria can join these Abraham Accords, which is fantastic, and I think is really possible and legit.
And now, Martin, looking at the situation with Assad's fall recently and Hezbollah reportedly weakened, could these shifting power dynamics actually open the door for talks further, or do they risk creating a dangerous vacuum that other regional players like Iran might exploit?
I think the first option is the most realistic. This is fantastic news for the Middle East stability and peace. The fall of the regime in Syria, the Iran being weakened, the Ayatollahs having lost a lot of their power, their nuclear weapon and the nuclear facilities being destroyed, and this, we need to remember, Iran has been the sponsor of Hezbollah and a lot of other terror organizations throughout the Middle East. So once Iran is weakened, Hezbollah will no longer be strong to start a fight with Israel, and they know that. Iran knows that. Lebanon knows that, and actually they're losing a lot of support in Lebanon. Lebanese people are actually wanting to change this reality, being held hostage by Hezbollah, which does not represent the majority's views on Israel in Lebanon. And I think Syria right now is closer to the US than its neighbors, than Lebanon or Iran. The actual regime is an opposite, is absolutely in an opposite view from Iran. They want to be close